I'm Margera, and I feel like kicking my dad's ass all day today.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Midwest Scum. We were away from to attend gentleman school for manners training because after that last episode about a couple gentleman scholars who discuss worldly things and have intelligence, and I've never had proper gentleman training until this last month. And that's where I've been, so... I mean, Skylar has been begging me, like, Elliot, you have to fucking come back. Like, the podcast is falling apart without you. I have all of these really good ideas, and you're the one with the keys to the kingdom, and you hold them to your chest tightly and don't share the secrets with anybody else in production of the show that we've all put time and effort and money and blood and sweat and tears into. And I said, okay, all right, I'll come back. I'll give up gentleman school. I'll go back to it. So I'm only partially civilized.
You said gentleman school? I thought we were going to Femboy School. I've been at Femboy School the past 3 weeks.
God damn it. I mean, I'll have to go back and check my...
Yeah, check your DMs.
Check my DMs.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we said we were both going to go to Femboy School. I was wondering why I didn't see you in homeroom.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Like, I'm sure there's plenty of guys in Femboy School who look like me, so...
Gentlemen, God, it makes so much fucking sense. God damn it.
Yeah.
Gentlemen school.
I came back in with wearing white gloves, and you were wearing that, like, white lace.
I had the maid outfit on. I mean, they make you wear the maid outfit for your first, 2 weeks. It's kind of like hazing, but it's a part of the official curriculum. It's the uniform that you have to wear.
Oh my god.
Yeah, gentleman's school. That makes so much more sense. God damn it.
God, it's like boot camp, dude. They just break you mentally. Wow, I'm really glad that I accidentally filled in the gentleman school application, not the femboy school application. That I'm now reading my DMs now. Yeah, I definitely said femboy school. So that's on me.
That's all right.
Big egg on my face, ladies and gentlemen. I'll tell you that.
So you got to go and hunt hounds, and I just had a train ran on me by hounds.
Yeah. Yeah, we were doing fox hunting, and you were getting fitted for your fox ears. There's a lot, the curriculum is similar.
There's a lot of overlap between
just
being
different.
a gentleman and being a femboy. A lot of overlap, actually. You wouldn't even realize.
Yeah, I mean, it, personal hygiene is a really big component of, the first couple of classes. It was, really big on, this is how you groom yourself, and I assume the first couple of days of femboy school, it's also just grooming.
Yeah, there's a lot of grooming in femboy school,
thing.
I'll tell you that.
Grooming.
A lot of grooming that's being done. I mean, there's Discord 101 where you learn how to be some Discord moderator's little kitten, ooh boo.
Oh boo, right? Yeah.
You have to use I have to use a voice changer. Some people are lucky enough that they don't. Unfortunately, I do.
Yeah. You probably. I mean, I don't know. I was gonna insult you and say oh, you probably wouldn't make a lot of money doing femboy audio, but you probably could. That was rude of me to make that assumption. I'm sorry. I know I would not make much money being an ASMR slut. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean, because ASMR is another one of the femboy classes you have to take.
Mm-hmm. I feel like it's like a career path track, and it's, the whole thing is like a degree in like femboyism, but you can take the path of
do you want to be a Twitch e-thought? Do you want to be like a do you want to be one of those Twitch e-thoughts that like is a male but presents as female and actually looks really good doing it? Because that's a thing.
Scary one.
That's a thing. You don't even have to be trans. Like, you can just be a male and present yourself as female and be like wicked hot. It's insane. I forget that dude on Twitch that's like super popular, but he does that. He like wears fake breasts and he wears a choker so you can't see where it like the fake breast like thing that he wears over his chest. You can't see where it overlaps. And I mean, a Finster is his name.
Oh,
So
okay.
shout out to Finster, friend of the show. Come on, anytime you want.
Yeah. Let me... hang on. I have to let Vulcan out. 1 second.
Vulcan is the name of Elliot's slave.
Yeah, my little slave boy, he has to go out and he makes coffee every couple hours, but most of the time he just lays around. He's a really lazy slave boy. Like,
he was real popular in Femboy School. Like in the track that becomes a cat boy, Femboy.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's got to be like the different animal paths, and then like the full-on furry alternate course.
Like, furry is a major.
Wow.
That's what you major in.
Oh, yeah.
After you do 2 years at furries, or not furry school, but Femboy School, then you can graduate onto furry Femboy.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta have the Femboy foundations before you start going off on, being a moonkin or whatever they call themselves. I don't know the dictionary terms. I only know the underground terms that you're not supposed to say in public, so that they stays secret amongst the community. You know what I mean?
Got to keep it in the family.
And keep it in the family. Yeah. It'd be really sad is to drop out of Femboy college. You can't even, you didn't even finish. So you just have a bunch of Femboy training.
Sorry, you're
but
too masculine.
To back
you're way
up.
too masculine to be in Femboy School. You gotta go to the gentleman's school. Since there's so much overlap.
Yeah, see, in gentleman's school, there's a similar curriculum, and then one of the paths is being like old-timey butler gentleman, so you could go be a butler for like an aristocratic family, or you could be one of those, you could be a safari gentleman, one of those guys who just goes out in the savannah and like kills rhinos and stuff. Has a whole trophy room.
Those dudes are really cool.
It takes...
Those guys that go out
super
and
cool.
Buy 5 or 6 hours to hunt in an enclosed range with an endangered animal to shoot it. Those guys are awesome. Those guys rock.
Those guys are so cool. And it's like you go hang out with them for an afternoon, and they're like, "This is my trophy room," and you open the doors, and you like a whole wall. I think of like the Ace Ventura when nature calls, like that room.
Yeah.
He has like a saber-toothed tiger head, and like.
I only remember
really
from that movie, or those movies, is I remember the live rhino birth. That's a famous scene. I also remember like him like getting spears in the legs. Like, I laugh so fucking hard. It's like stupid. Like, looking back on it, it's really stupid. It's dumb. It shouldn't have made me laugh that hard. But God, that shit like had me in like tears and stitches.
Oh my God.
Like, all those like 90s movies were so fucking dumb. Like Big Daddy. Like, that shit is retarded. It's legitimately like a dumb storyline. Like, this kid shows up out of nowhere, and it's like his ex's kid or something like that, and he ends up like raising it and figuring out he wants to be a dad, even though he's going through a crisis because his girlfriend left him for Colonel Sanders. They both work at Hooters.
Oh, yes. Oh, my God. I forgot that was, like, the plot
Yeah.
point. Was
Or it's like his best friend's kid or something, and like the girlfriend got him mixed up. I can't remember. But somehow he ends up with this kid, and, you know, because it's a 90s movie, it has to be it has to have a happy ending, and it ends with him losing the kid and his best friend, or his friend who's the actual father, getting the kid. But they, like, him and Adam Sandler are still, like, hang out and stuff, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I've only seen Big Daddy, like, twice. And then, if that, on cable in between commercial breaks. So, like, I remember that, like, he dresses up as Scuba Steve at one point, and I don't remember, like, why, because the kid liked
he had
like,
the Scuba Steve
guy.
like action figure. He had this little action figure that was a scuba diver, and Adam Sandler thought it was stupid as fuck, but, you know, eventually tries to earn the kid's favor and whatever.
Mm-hmm. And he cosplays as Scuba Steve.
Yeah.
That I think that was the main takeaway from that movie, is that cosplay solves everything. Solves your problems. You got a bad kid, dress up like Goku, and
that would have worked on me as a
Because they beat
child.
the
Like,
shit
if
out
he
of
showed
him,
up as
but-
Dante from Devil
yeah.
May Cry.
Oh,
Like, if my dad just showed up, well, I mean, if my dad showed up at all, that would have been good too. But if he showed up, like, dressed up as Dante as Devil May Cry, Dante from Devil May Cry, that would have been good too. I would have, you know, that would have been
Yeah.
the best outcome of that
Damn.
situation.
oh my God. That would be like that. Yeah, like he finally shows up. I'm sorry. I shouldn't make jokes about your real
It's
life.
okay.
It's really sad.
It's
dude, I'm
all right.
sorry. But he just shows up to one of your birthday parties one day as Dante from Devil May Cry, and you're like, oh my God! And you finally, you know, and like your little kid heart explodes out of, like, you know, finally my father and also Dante. That's awesome. He's my hero right now. And then, like, he's like, okay, I'm gonna, you know, go return my Dante rental costume, and then he just doesn't come back.
Yeah, doesn't come back.
And then, you know, the greatest moment of your life also being just the worst again. Like,
It makes that, like, meeting up with him when I'm a semi-adult, like a teenager, it makes it even more awkward than it would if he hadn't showed up at all at my 7th birthday party.
yeah, Dad, you remember when you showed up to my fucking birthday party as Dante from Devil May Cry? And then...
I probably would have been around 10 by the time Dante from Devil May Cry was a thing, and it would have been like the OG Devil May Cry, so that actually kind of makes him cooler because it wasn't Devil May Cry 2 or 3.
Yeah, I was thinking Devil May Cry 3 with, like, the, you know, the open
Oh
shirt.
yeah, well that would be awesome.
Just
That would
shirtless.
be sick.
Yeah, your dad just looks like the lead singer of an emo band.
It was very popular at the time.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good look. If I could rock it, hell yeah. But no, I'm too hairy and I'm not cut. I'm not ripped enough. Surprisingly, Gentleman's School, there's not a whole lot of exercise involved. It's like, it's more like that old-timey exercise where you put on the gray leotard and you go in the gym with the giant burly dudes who, like, you know, they're just big, and then they have the big like the weights and the
weights
at
that
the end
that
of the
are
giant,
like
the perfect
balls
spheres
with handles on them.
Yeah.
And they also have that
Yeah.
weird bicycle with one small wheel and one big wheel.
Yeah.
That rocks. That's cool.
Yeah, where it's like everything is a medicine ball, and the medicine balls are just also the weights. Yeah. It was pretty cool. It was fun.
Did they have the big...
But they don't let you touch the weights until you grow the mustache.
I was going to ask if they had the mustache, because that is a big part of that
Yeah.
aesthetic, of the gentleman's aesthetic. It's either a very fine,
Yeah.
like, acute beard, or, like, a twirly mustache. There's no in between. Or
Yeah.
mutton chops. Mutton chops, I would say, are very academic as well.
Mutton chops. Yeah. Henry David Thoreau rocked the mutton chops. least on that one cover of his book. And then the other cover of his book, he rocked the worst neck beard ever. Just disgusting. I think I've talked about it before, but yeah. Just terrible. Terrible facial hair. And that was before, like, photographs. So, like, somebody spent hours doing, like, you know, old shitty pointillism dots on a page to draw this guy and his disgusting neck beard. That at the time, I'm sure he was like, this looks
This is
cool.
tasteful. This is
tasteful.
This is what he wasn't doing it for women. He was doing it for himself.
He was he was like, you know, I'm gonna go live on a pond in a cabin for a year and grow out my neck beard, and people are gonna understand and respect it and not talk shit about it over and over on their podcast in 100 years.
No, definitely not.
No. He's a hero to me. Henry David Thoreau. Okay, I like his writing, alright? Does that make me a femboy? I don't know. I dropped out of gentleman's school.
Yeah,
so
you take
maybe.
actually a whole semester of Henry David Thoreau in Femboy School. Funny enough. A lot of overlap in the the fandoms.
Yeah, a lot of overlap of Femboy School and just my life. Apparently, it seems like, you know, serendipity. Is that right? Is that what that is?
Yeah, it's like a
I keep trying
weird,
to...
fortuitous coincidence. Is serendipity?
Okay. I've been wanting to say it more and like use the word serendipity, but I always like forget the meaning of it right after I say it, and I always forget if it means it's a random coincidence or if it's like a beneficial. Oh, this turned out good, which is what I think it means, but right.
Right.
I don't know.
So much weed have you smoked this month?
I mean a lot. I mean quite a lot.
I feel like for as long as this podcast has gone on, we don't talk about smoking weed at all.
No, I still feel that taboo, even though it's like totally
pretty much
legal
legal everywhere.
where I
I
am.
mean, who cares?
Yeah,
really?
it's basically legal at this point. It's, you know, it's silly. It's silly to make it illegal, but they figured out how to monetize it.
I mean,
so
in Singapore,
whatever,
you
that's
will
good.
literally get put
Good.
to death if you have
Jesus
marijuana
Christ.
on you. There's this whole like thing
God.
going on right now. I don't know if it's right now, if it's already happened, but some dude was like bringing 2 ounces or something across into Singapore, and he got caught, and he's like gonna get hanged for it.
Jesus. God
because they have
damn, dude, that's
they have like a
crazy.
zero, like I believe, like if you like fly into Singapore and you're at the point in the airport where it's like you have drugs on you and you have the possibility to maybe dump them before you get into Singapore proper, like legally, it's like there are signs up that like, hey, if you have any drugs on you at all, you will be killed, you will be put to death, or you will be
Jesus.
caned.
That's fucking crazy. Oh, man. That feels extreme.
It is. I mean,
but,
compared
you know,
to
I
like
don't
what
know
you
how-
get here in America, I mean, in the worst places, you'll get put in prison for life, I guess, if you have that amount on you. But in Singapore, they will straight up kill you. They will just fucking be like, nah. No,
damn.
you know, you'll go to a trial and they'll be like, well, you had 2 ounces of weed on you, and that's super illegal here. So yeah, you get put to death. The
Fuck.
inverse of that is like you get caned, which is it's like if you were to bring like a non super illegal amount, like if you were to bring like a quarter of an ounce or something in, they'd put you in jail for a year,
still-
but like part of your punishment is
God.
also getting caned.
Absolutely beating your ass with canes.
Yes, they do. They
Oh,
pull down your
God.
they make it a whole thing. They don't tell you when they're gonna do it. It's just part of your sentence. It's like, okay, well, you get a year in prison. You're also gonna get 25 canes to the ass. They don't tell you when they're going to do it either. Like, you go into prison, you're there for like
of course.
8 out of 12 months, and you're like, okay, maybe they just kind of forgot. Then one day they just show up and they're like, all right, today's the day. Like, you wake up, today's the day you're going to get caned, and they make it a whole thing. You get examined by like a doctor. They make sure that you can physically survive the caning. Yeah, no, it's bad, dude.
Oh my god.
It's super bad. They make sure you can physically survive this caning. I mean, knowing the risks, because you're going to get infected. You're going to get like an infection from it, no doubt, because of just how bad it is. I mean, it's literally taking a, like, you've heard of switches, right? Like what they used to do in the 1900s.
Oh, yes.
So it's like that, but
yes.
10 times worse. They like find the perfect switch that will do the most damage to you. Put you on like a masseuse table. Pull down your pants, and they whip you with this thing until, like, it's bad.
Wow. And that's whatever it takes to see a doctor. Right?
Yeah. I mean, here in America, system. You wouldn't even get to see the doctor. They would just take you to the...
They would just cane you. They're like, we don't care about your health. We don't give a fuck. If you die from getting caned, bro.
And that's just for 2 ounces of weed. Well, no, 2 ounces kills you.
Oh my god.
But that's like for a quarter of weed, or like an 8-ball.
You might as well be dead, dude. Fuck.
From the first-hand account that I read, that I pretty much sourced all this from, it's like you would rather be dead. Because it's like it hurts every time you take a shit for a month. Like the dude said, he's like, I just held it in some days because it was so painful to move.
Oh my god, that's too much. Oh man, what?
Yeah,
I'm really glad.
I'm glad I live in the U.S. and not like fucking Singapore.
Yeah.
Even though I've heard it's a really beautiful place to live, but at least here I can fucking smoke a joint and not have to worry about getting caned.
Mm-hmm. God,
it puts things into perspective. It did for me when I read that. It was like, fuck that.
Insane. Absolutely insane. Wow. What? Why'd you bring up Singapore?
Because I asked you how much weed you smoked this month.
Oh, yeah. Which, surprisingly, a lot more than I thought. I figured gentleman's school would be like, some real squares. But no, apparently being part of a gentleman is sitting in like a nice leather chair at the end of the night by a fireplace smoking your pipe. And, ladies aren't allowed in because it's gentleman time. That's man time. You have a nice glass of scotch and your pipe, and it's like, what do you put in your pipe? Well, wink, wink. That's a gentleman's secret. You know what I mean? That's
mostly opium.
But it's mostly opium, yeah. It's a lot of opium addicts in the gentleman community.
Just like there's a lot of heroin addicts in the femboy community. It's a real problem.
Yeah. Fucking. Speaking of femboys, I was gonna say, what do you do when you drop out of femboy college and like you've worked on it your whole life? What do you go work at Femboy Walmart?
You become a VTuber.
Okay.
That's
actually a really good career.
That's the logical next step after failing out of being a femboy. Because at that point you're either too feminine or too boyish. Like being a femboy, there's a balance. Like you can't be more than one or the other. So yeah, VTubing, I mean, you take all, doubt out of the equation. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're using a male avatar or a female avatar. It doesn't matter. You can, you're good at what you're good at. You focus on your strengths and not on your weaknesses.
And your strengths as a VTuber is like what? Talking to the chat and interacting with chat. Isn't that what like streaming is all about? Is interacting with chat?
Yeah, I mean,
people
part of it,
watch and comment.
Sure.
I still don't understand the streaming thing, man. I need to go delete my old Twitch account because I have not touched it.
All right, boomer.
I just don't understand it. I'm sorry. The Gentleman College got to me, dude, and my technology. I haven't played video games in so long. I haven't been on my computer. I had to update like everything when my computer started. You know,
damn, not even starting up your computer every day. Man,
no,
Gentleman's School really changed you.
It fucked me up, dude. All I'm thinking about now is like the perfect tea in the afternoon.
I mean, me and Elliot haven't talked since he went to Gentleman's School and I went to Femboy School. We haven't talked at all. This is the first time that we've talked to each other. So it's it's really eye-opening to see how much you've changed, how much you've grown. How much you've sincerely grown.
Thank you.
Since our last chat.
I appreciate that. Yeah. I see. I mean, you've been doing well yourself. I think. I'm not one to judge character. I try not to. I try to be an impartial, a fair critic, or not critic. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, thank you for noticing how gentlemanly I've become. I know I didn't ace all of my classes. I wasn't the #1 gentleman. I'm no Sebastian or Calcifer or what was the other fancy guy's name in that class? That guy, I fucking hated him. Pierre.
Or
something like that.
Oh, soft gray blue.
Yeah. How do you compete? How do you compete with a Pierre in your class in gentleman's school? How do you not feel inferior when they're like, okay, class, what what kind of cigar is the best? And, Pierre's hand shoots in the air super quick, and is the correct
yeah, it's
answer.
some stupid shit, and you raise your hand, give the correct answer, like black and mild, obviously.
Yeah, duh, fucking stupid. Like,
wood tip wine is the best cigar.
I got glove smacked for that one, bro. You bring that up in class, they're like, get out of here with that non-gentlemanly shit. But he didn't say it that way. He said it in a more gentlemanly way. But, So that's why gentleman's school didn't work out. It's because I can't be the best at it. And I have to be the best at everything that I do. And if I'm not the best at it, I quit. And that's just like an actual life philosophy now that I'm thinking about it.
You can take the boy out of the hood, but you can't take the hood out of the boy.
I guess not. When you're raised on the streets, they...
I like to imagine you just only failed the cigar class because you were so into American cigars.
Yeah.
And you refused, like you understood that there were better quality cigars or whatever, but you refused to move. You were like, no. I'm not going to smoke this goddamn Don Juan Royale number 23 that's been aged for 8 years. I'm going to smoke a goddamn Swisher Sweet Grape. And
that's right.
or a Backwoods Honeyberry.
I'm going to pick up a whole pack of Cheyennes. Yep. And
those are cigarette cigars. Those are good too. Those are less like actual cigars. 99 cents. You can't beat that. You get 20 of them for 99 cents.
It's a steal.
Plus tax.
I mean, come on. Yeah.
What, you're going to spend $40 on one cigar? Gosh.
Right? Jesus. Or $25 on some imported vape. Bullshit. I need to quit the vapes, by the way. I'm trying to quit. They're fucking evil, but and they're really expensive, dude. Disposable. It's not good. They're not good, you guys, but I don't want to slide back into fucking smoking again, so I need to figure out a nice
middle ground.
A nice medium. Yeah. Like I guess I could get into like those nicotine pouches or whatever.
A Velo or like a Zyn.
Yeah, snuff for babies.
Yeah. Real man will fucking
chew
buy a bag of
babies.
Levi Garrett and put at least a quarter of it under his fucking lip every time. Like, you're doing anything less than that, you're a pussy.
Yeah. Who wants to stuff a bunch of packets of, like, you know, tropical fruity flavors that don't upset your stomach and, you know, make you feel gross when you could put just, like, straight up wet tobacco in your lip? Like, what's better than that? This is just fucking wet ass tobacco. And then you get, you know, the plus side is you get to spit everywhere. And
literally everywhere.
That,
and no one cares.
Who doesn't love seeing a dude with a big fat chew lip and he's just spitting everywhere, or carrying around a cup to spit? At least if he's carrying a cup, it's respectable. I won't talk shit on those guys, but I guess I did. I'm an elitist prick, but
yeah, more respect to those guys than the ones that don't, but still less respect than to any other human being on this planet.
Yeah. Like, I respect all forms of life on this planet.
Except those that are
to
less
a degree.
than mine.
And then I... Woof. Man.
So what does the government do with all that hair oil, do you think?
Hair oil?
Well, yeah. I mean, we're extracting oil, you know, all over the globe. The Middle East. Obviously, the war in Iraq. That wasn't over WMDs. Right. That was over oil in the ground and land and stuff. But what about, like, you put shampoo in your hair and it strips all the oil off your hair and it goes into the drain? What's the government doing with that, do you think?
Oh, shit. That's a good question, dude. You know how much hair oil is stocked up that they have? Like, on tap?
Like the Federal Reserve of hair oil that's been collected by all the denizens of the United States. It's probably only the United States that uses shampoo. Let's be fair here.
That's not true. We're
okay. Canada,
we're not the
Canada
only
too.
ones who use shampoo. What do you? Civilized countries have shampoo.
So are they collecting hair oil?
Europe
are they collecting the hair oil too? Do they have a Federal Reserve of hair oil?
Oh, you're right. I don't
Maybe
know.
we're the only ones that are utilizing it. We're just waiting for the right moment.
Yeah. You're just stockpiling, dude. We're gonna be. What makes you ask this question? Like, did you have a particularly oily hair shower?
Well, it wasn't particularly oily. It was just like I was in the shower and I was like, well, I mean, I have really long hair, right? So I am like a big contributor to big hair oil. And I was just thinking, you know, if this all drains into this, like we all assume it just goes into the sewer system. It all goes to the same place, whatever, and it's all recycled. They put it through a giant electrolysis like mechanism that makes the water somehow clean again, gets all the poop out. But what if it doesn't? What if it filters it before that, and they only have the like giant electrical machine that supposedly does it just as a front to disguise that they've already filtered out the poop and the pee and the hair oil.
And then they just siphon the hair oil off.
Yeah, it's like the poop and pee is one thing, but the hair oil, that's, you know, we can use that as a renewable resource. I mean, the dinosaurs all died. We use their oil.
Holy shit. This is blowing my mind. And you know what's even crazier is that I don't think you lived in our shared city at the time, but they're famed for having really decent water, right? And I think we were in middle school and we took like a field trip, like a walking field. We walked like a fucking mile to the water treatment plant, and we had like a tour of the water treatment facility, and it was like, this is, you know, here's all the poo-poo and here's the nasty water that we take, and here's the big tank that sifts the poo-poo out, and here's the tank that we just, like, pump full of, like, chlorine and shit to get the poo-poo out, and it was so crazy. But yeah, there was, like, a locked door that they told us to not pay attention to, and it was, like, and like joking.
That was
like,
where all the hair oil was.
That was where the hair oil is, dude. Holy shit. I didn't know. Now it's all coming together. It all makes sense. Because, like, how do you keep a population of billions fed and hydrated and clothed and with good health care if you're not, like, supplementing the water supply with hair oil to fatten us up?
Remember when you worked at that fast food place? Did you ever see where all that oil you were using for the fries was coming from?
Oh my god. No.
Did you ever think to check?
Like
Did you follow the supply line?
No.
All the way back to where where it originated from?
We were told not to think about it when we emptied out the fryer, and we would have to dump the oil in there was a dumpster specifically for, like, grease.
Because they collect that oil too. They use that oil as well. Nothing is wasted in this economy.
Dude. Yeah, I've never seen anybody collect they have to collect it at the dead of night or something, like, secret. I've never run into anybody who says, like, oh yeah, it's my job to go around and collect the grease from the oil thing. No, but every fast food joint is dumping their oil in an oil dumpster.
Someone's coming to take
Where's
that.
Where's it going? Where's it going? It's going to the water treatment plant with all the other hair oil, and then they mix it. They've got to be mixing something into the water, right? And then, like, how else would we get dirty all the time? You're telling me we just accumulate this much filth on a daily basis? No way. No way.
Yeah.
They, like, never bathed in the Middle Ages, the medieval times, They didn't bathe at all, and they lived to, like, 45 without bathing. That's pretty healthy, I think.
Yeah, that is pretty healthy.
Good. Yeah. They didn't have a whole fucking hair oil laundering scheme going on by the king.
It's a whole hair oil economy out there, because that's... I mean, think about how much hair oil there is.
It's a lot, dude.
And what was shampoo
just,
made
like,
for? To strip that away. Take that away from us.
To strip it away.
Just another thing that they're taking away from the small man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then they make us buy conditioner to put in, like, synthetic oils back into your hair after you strip it. And so what's the point of that? What is that? What is that all about? Is it good to have hair oil or not? I'm getting a lot of mixed messages now. These are the important questions that we cover here on Midwest Scum. And I don't know if we're going to get to the bottom of it.
Probably not. Probably not tonight.
Definitely not tonight.
Breath of the Wild comes out tonight. Or no, not Breath of the Wild. Tears of the Kingdom comes out tonight.
Yeah. Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild 2, The Legend
of Zelda. The Phantom Pain, 2.8, Prologue.
Redrop. Remix. Final Deluxe. Dub Edition.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, whatever the fuck that is. I bought it. It's installed.
You've been pressured into buying it because I've been talking about it so much.
Yeah. You really, honestly. I was gonna wait. Because I just bought a bunch of more Warhammer shit. And, shouldn't have spent it, but I need it. And anyway, but then I also bought Zelda when I got home after that. So
why not?
Whatever.
Why not?
Yeah.
It's gonna be like the game of the year. I mean, hands down.
Yeah. I'm so excited. And I only watched the 2 trailers, I didn't hype myself on it at all. I was just like, I'm just gonna play it. But now I'm like, as the hours go by, I'm getting really, really,
Yeah,
alright.
I agree with everything that you just said.
Yeah, it was, we got cut there for a second.
My USB
they
dropped
caught on.
out of my microphone. And, yeah, I don't know why.
Convenient excuse. When the truth is we were DDoS attacked because we brought up the hair oil thing and they didn't like that. They don't like when you bring truth to light.
Mm-mm. That's what I was thinking
being
too. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they knew.
Mm-hmm. They figured, yeah. They know that we know, or that we're on to them. So, yeah. That's just the daily life of an investigative journalist, I suppose. It's just danger everywhere. What were we talking about though?
I mean, I believe it was Tears of the Kingdom, because it launches tonight. I mean, not tonight.
Oh, yes.
When this drops, but, like, it's the 11th right now, so...
Mm-hmm. As this is being recorded, we're, like, 2-3 hours away. Yeah.
From the game of the century, I'm sure it's gonna be, playing on the Switch. The console of the century.
Yeah. Man, the Switch life is, God, it's nearing its end, but I have no idea what they're gonna do to make like a new console after the Switch,
I mean, if they want to keep the mobile aspect of it, that would be cool, but I feel like I would be happy if they just had an option, like one for a console version that you can have on your home entertainment system, whatever, and then also a mobile option that maybe can't play some games.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah, I think I'd be okay with that. That instead of it being like, oh, do you have a PC or Xbox? It's like, oh, do you have the Switch Ground or the Switch Air? And then whatever exclusive games, and then they could even do like, the Pokemon exclusives. They could put one on one console, one on the other. Can't dual sell the games like that, but
it would be like okay, so Resident Evil 4 remake came out. It would be like the home console version would have the first person perspective edition added into it. The Switch version or the mobile version wouldn't. It'd be something like that. Like, I could see for their first party games. Like, there's an obvious benefit. And see that, when I say that out loud, it sounds like a really bad business strategy. I see why they wanted to shoot for the both dominating the home and mobile market. So yeah, that's a tough design question to answer. Is what do you focus more on? Do you want Cyberpunk to run really well on your system and then not be able to play on the mobile version of it? Or do you have like fringe cases like The Witcher 3 that apparently the Switch can run pretty well, at least good enough?
That's crazy to think that,
It's like the difference between the 3DS and the new 3DS. Like, remember that? There were only some games that worked on the new 3DS.
Yeah, that makes sense. And the older games, they ran fucking so good.
A lot better.
That
so much crazy.
Better. Yeah.
Like, if there is a new Switch, it better have some backwards compatibility, because I need to play Xenoblade 3 on a console that deserves it.
Oof. Man. That's on my list of purchases too, but goddamn, dude. So many games.
So many games, so little time.
So little time, and Zelda's about to take up all of my gaming space in my head. How
much of it have you seen? How have you seen a lot of stuff from it, or have you not really followed all the?
I've literally seen the teaser trailer when it would pop up on Instagram, and then where it's it shows Link skydiving, and then he pops out the parasol thing for a second, and then it jumps to like Zelda falling, and it's like, you know, Legend of Zelda or some shit. I've seen that a couple times, and I watched like the reveal trailer years ago? Question mark.
Yeah, it would have been like 2019 when that first trailer came out.
Yeah, I saw that, and then like the last one that came out that had a overview and was like, oh, check it out, it's gonna be fucking Ganondorf, bro. And
the story spoiler
you know,
one. Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely. Ganondorf, super hot Ganondorf, voiced by Matt Mercer.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, my hero big brother. Wow. I love him. I actually really do like Matt Mercer.
I do too.
I'm a fanboy.
I don't know if he'll be able to pull
cool.
off the Ganondorf. I hope. It sounded like he did. I mean, he sounded really cool in the trailer. You know, witness the birth of a king.
Yeah. He has a really good voice. I like it, but I had to quit watching Critical Role because it was like meh. It was too much.
It's too woke. It's too woke.
It's so woke. Fantasy settings are just too woke. Honestly. Like, I mean, who wants to live in a world where you can be a lizard person living alongside a orc? That's ridiculous. Those two would never get along.
Right. That's why you got into the grimdark universe, because you're a racist, right?
Yeah. Because I'm a racist and a xenophobe.
Don't they literally have like some of them have iron crosses on their helmets and stuff?
I mean, yes, but they're not like the Nazi ones.
Okay, yeah,
that's
fair.
They're like Crusader crosses. Like the whole Black Templar is an entire Space Marine chapter that's literally they're just like Crusaders, and they just they want to wipe out all of the Xenos because they believe that humanity. And that the Emperor of Mankind is, the God. He's the God Emperor of Mankind, and his belief was that the Xenos must be purged so that humanity can thrive and dominate the galaxy. And they take that to heart, and they wipe out the Xenos. And the Xenos are, basically anybody who isn't.
Okay, anytime you say the word Xenos, I want you to say Jew.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, it's you can swap words out and make it sound horrible, but this is the far future of the 41st millennium. Like we're well beyond humanity inner strife, inner struggles of those kind of natures. Humanity's pretty much united in that there's an entire galaxy that also wants to kill all the humans, so it's like it's not like a it's not like a one-way thing of like, oh, humans hate everybody and they're gross. No, like every other race of being, like of species of living thing in the galaxy also wants to kill all the humans. So it's it's pretty nobody's a good guy.
Yeah, that's a big part. No one is good in this universe.
No.
Like, everybody wants to genocide everybody else. For the most part, or enslave.
Mm-hmm. And you can make arguments for everybody about, why these people are trying to do this is, because everybody else is trying to do this other stuff. And, it's just dope. It's sick. They don't, and, chain swords are fucking awesome, and I don't know. There's not any Matt Mercer in 40K, so
you think in that universe that there are deniers of really huge, very verifiable genocides, and they're 3 planets is just too much. That's just too many. That's a big number. 3 planets.
Yeah, but even then, at this point in the future, entire sectors of space are wiped off the map.
Okay,
so
the Holocaust has happened many times over.
Oh yes, there have
different
been
Holocausts.
Tons and tons of Holocausts, and just straight up murder, unjustified slaughter. I was gonna say justified slaughter, but I don't know if
is slaughter justified?
Yeah,
that's a good episode title.
It's a really good. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's justified slaughter in that, like, if your enemies had done something absolutely atrocious and then were like, I don't know, they ran away to some other planet, but then because of that planet's atmosphere, they'd been crippled in some way that made them incredibly weak and easy to wipe out with, some bolters or something.
Oh, they land on the planet that turned them into femboys.
Yeah, they land on a femboy planet, and then, a Space Marine versus a femboy, who's gonna win there? Probably the Space Marine.
Probably for every one Space Marine, it'd be about 50, 51 femboys. There'd be that...
About 50, 51, yeah.
Yeah, there'd be that one that could, do it, that could, suck them off real good. And
yeah. Well, to put it in the 40k universe, femboys would fall probably under the influence of the chaos god Slaanesh, who is the god of passion and drive and sex and all manner of debauchery, sort of. Okay. That's his/her domain. See, even 40k can be woke, dude. The chaos god Slaanesh is the way they describe it is that Slaanesh is like the manifestation of your own desire. So, if you're attracted to women, Slaanesh appears as a woman, but if you like dudes, he appears as a dude. And then, in art and stuff, he's like half and half, and one half he has tits, and the other half he just has, pecs, or whatever. That's, to bring it out. I've been listening to a lot of 40k lore podcast and
pretty
shit.
Hot.
So.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It can be woke too. Okay, so it's not just.
It can be woke. Yeah. Chaos is pretty cool. I don't like it personally. I'm a loyalist, but I see the appeal of following a guy who's his mantra is blood for the blood god, skulls for the skull throne. That's pretty awesome. That's dope. That's Korn, by the way. That's his name. He's Khorne. I mean, yeah, you could paint up a whole fucking a whole army of I think they're the World Eaters, maybe. Oh. I don't know. I'm not 100%, but they're they follow the demon of Khorne, which is that's really funny. It's really funny to think about.
That is it. Yeah, just the image I have in my head is. But it's not the Korn I think of. All right, I understand that.
No,
but
there's an H. That's the only difference, I think.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah. Maybe an E at the end as well.
Oh, all right.
There's probably a meme of that out there, of Korn, and it's the band Korn, but it's It's a little 40k talk for just to tease you guys. I'm getting even further into it. You boys fully on it this summer. 10th edition launches. I'm going to be all about it. Catch me in the streets, rolling dice and moving little army dudes.
And to clarify, 40k is not racist inherently.
No, it's not. No, it's not inherently racist. It's essentially it's a fantasy setting, but it's just a really dark, brutal, the main focus is the violence aspect. It's just sick. It's just, nuns with flamethrowers, fucking awesome. They're also in power armor. They're cool.
They're like Valkyries and stuff, right? Too, just all sorts of different. They pull from all sorts of different lore.
Yeah,
really cool. I think it's really cool. I don't want to seem like I'm on the on the 40k is evil, because I think it's cool as fuck. It's just funny how there are
Yeah, I
some
think it's
like
awesome.
you can really draw some comparisons, but that's what real life's all about. I mean, people are at our true heart, people are cruel and evil and fucked up, and if we had the chance, we would probably wipe out a alien race if we could.
Oh yeah, for sure.
If it meant life or death, yeah. I mean, totally.
Yeah.
Like, hopefully that would be the case, and not just because they look different than us.
Yeah, it's not always the case in 40k. Sometimes it is, we need to kill everybody on this planet because they're technically abhuman, but it's not, whatever. It's just the history of humanity. It's just cooler.
It's a lot cooler because we have like a god king that has or a man who has ascended to godhood. But he's like actually still alive and just connected to a throne. Mm-hmm. I do like the lore of the Imperium of Man a lot. It's just super cool.
There's so much of it is the thing. That's a good majority of the the actual books are really just about fucking the Imperium of Man.
I mean, it's like what I understand is he's like, if he is God and then his children are like the apostles or whatever, or if he's like Jesus, I guess, and his children are the apostles, and then there's Horus who betrays him. This is my I only know this sect of which I was from a day of reading the 40k wiki, falling down that rabbit hole. But a lot of allusions
the Horus
to
Heresy,
Christianity there and Christ and
I mean, and there's a ton of it. Like the entire fucking ecclesiarchy is like the whole aspect of the Imperium that is like, okay, the Emperor's a god, and we're gonna believe it, and he is God, and they pretty much take a lot of the Catholic Gothic stylings and shit, and they have a bunch of cool shit.
It seems like it would be more like if Jesus betrayed God in that aspect, because he had the Emperor has achieved godhood through the machine or whatever.
Yeah, well, he has now, but back in 30k during the Horus Heresy, he little secret here is that he kind of stole some of the powers of chaos to in order to create the Primarchs.
Stinky.
And so and that's also part of his thing is that chaos is bad and we need to not, we shouldn't be demons, basically. We should kill demons is his thing, but it's well, if you use the demon's power, and that's what Horus got all pissed off about and started the whole fucking civil war across the galaxy. Is, whatever. I don't know a whole lot about Horus Heresy stuff yet.
Yeah, that stuff was all done in the 90s, 80s, 90s.
Yeah, it's
I think
still
that whole
going
book
on,
came
dude.
out, or
there's 200 books in that series. Mm-hmm. It's insane. It's insane. Apparently it's all really, really good too, but it's it's it technically all takes place way before the board game and stuff. So where the tabletop is actually 41, M41, and so everything, all the armies that you're fighting with are all established or beat down in their respective rights because it's far enough in the future you can write a fuck ton of lore and just I don't know what point I was trying to make there, but it's a whole fucking thing to get into. So I don't know. We can save that for another time. For now,
it sounds like we could make just a whole podcast out of 40k.
We really could, and it would just be me repeating the things I've heard on other podcasts. Yeah.
I mean, isn't this podcast already just stuff we repeat from seeing shit online and?
Essentially, we just get stoned and spitball things that I think are original, but then I, find out that I just stole it from somebody, and, whatever. Who cares, right? Fucking intellectual property, right? It's dumb.
You're gonna own nothing, and you're gonna be happy about it.
That's right. Eat the fucking bugs, dude.
Eat the bugs.
Whew. So I didn't know about this until you told me, but apparently Bear Margera is on the FBI's most wanted list. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean, he's not, like, really, that was just an over-exaggeration. Really what happened was, like, he went back to his home, with Phil and his mother. And if you don't know, Bam Margera has been, like, legitimately insane for, like, the past 10 years. At least since Ryan Dunn passed away. When he was driving drunk in his Porsche and crashed into a tree. It's a really sad thing, but he was drunk and driving, so that, make it that what you will. But it really did fuck Bam up, and I mean, he was already really fucked up, the whole Jackass era and that whole time frame, just doing a ton of drugs. I think Steve-O is the only one that really got out of that. He wasn't unscathed, but he's like the only one that's like doing, I guess Johnny Knoxville also does stuff still. But Bam, he got super fat and became an alcoholic and a schizophrenic. And there was like, I followed his Instagram for a while, and he would just like post the most unhinged shit. Like he wrote a whole language that only he could understand.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's crazy.
That is schizo shit. Oh my god.
Anyway, the most recent thing to go on with him is he was like at his childhood home, wherever that was, with, Phil and his mother, and like, I guess him and his brother got into a fight and it became physical and the cops were called, and then Bam took him and his wife, his like new wife, they like ran into the woods in the area near where they lived. And they were on the run for like a day or two.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I believe the police eventually caught up with him because he was like, they ran into the woods near his home. Like, just, they didn't like flee, they just ran into the woods. Of a place, like, he probably just went to a place he hid when he was a kid or whatever.
Oh, that's really sad.
It is. But God, he is like genuine. I've been hoping these past couple of years that I've been following him, like, because he's gone to rehab, like 20 different times.
Damn.
And
so rehab totally works then.
Absolutely. He's just
Just
he's
kidding, everybody. If you need rehab, seek help.
Yeah, go.
Don't listen to me.
Don't be like Bam Margera and create your own secret language that only you can understand.
Yeah.
Like, he got kicked off the most recent Jackass. Like, they did another Jackass movie. Right? Pretty recently.
Like, yes, and I heard it was really good, and I wanted to see it, but I haven't seen it.
He was apparently in it. They had to cut, like,
one.
everything that he was, like, out.
Really?
Because
that sucks.
Yeah, because he got, like, really unhinged and drunk and doing a bunch of drugs on set. And, Steve-O was there, and Steve-O's super straight X now, which is cool. Good for Steve-O.
Mm-hmm. Dude, yeah, I mean, you have to, after living the kind of crazy, wacky fucking life that he did, like, you have to go.
That man fucking shoved he put a little Hot Wheels car into a condom and shoved it up his ass. Like, they put it in a movie.
And then when he got an X-ray.
It's documented. It's in a movie. It's in a film. Like,
yeah. Fuck, man.
That's crazy. I can't imagine living that kind of life. Like, I feel like by comparison, I feel like you and I partied pretty hard in our 20s.
Yeah, somewhat. Yeah.
To an extent, but not like that.
To an extent. No.
Never like that.
No.
Like, I never did a beer bong in my asshole.
Nope. No, but I thought about it. So
Every young man does.
pretty close.
Every young man does,
Yeah.
I think.
yeah, so basically I'm Steve-O is what I'm saying. Man.
But yeah, I thought it'd be
That's
funny
too
to
bad,
say
though.
Bam Margera's
Yeah.
on FBI's most wanted list. It is really sad. It's a sad tale. It's a cautionary tale. Because, you know, he was set up for life. He was good.
He really was.
Like,
yeah.
even without Jackass, he had he had the whole Vans. He was like a super good skater. He had the Vans sponsorship. Like, I'm sure all that money was real good, but no. I mean, he decided he wanted to slap his fat stepdad while he was taking his shit and create some really good content, which probably made him even more rich. And now it's like, damn, dude.
Right. I miss the days when it was just, me and Bam and Tony Hawk and all the other pro skaters just trying to make the craziest skate park possible. And, think about that. His likeness in, like, just Tony Hawk Underground and Underground 2, like, just, like, video game likeness, how much money you get paid for that shit.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
In perpetuity.
That was, like, at the height of those games, too.
Yeah. Thug 1, Thug 2 was super good. American Wasteland is fucking gold standard video game. I haven't played it since childhood, so, that could be nostalgia talking, but I thought it rocked. It was like the best Tony Hawk game.
I would agree. Punch, like, fucking Thug 1, getting to the end of it, and punching that dude in the face, Eric Sparrow, or whatever. Fuck.
Yeah. So good.
It's a testament to how much
cathartic.
that guy was, like, perfectly played as a complete and utter dick that I still remember his stupid name. I think that was his name.
Yeah, dude, Eric Sparrow. Fucking douche. Ugh.
But the only way you would get that ending is if you, like, did the hard, like, stuff. I believe you had to do,
you
like,
had to beat it on hard or sick.
And that combo at the last
both.
level, fuck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have to combo his entire fucking, like, the entire town.
Yeah, the neighborhood.
And then,
good shit.
Ugh, so good.
Makes me want to play it. I wish 8 got remastered. Like, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. That was fun, but, man, if Thug and Thug 2...
Yes. Oh, my God. I didn't get to play... I played Thug 2 a little bit, but I never owned it. I only had to rent it, so... I only played it a bit. Like, I played through the story. It was fucking awesome. It was a cool game. It was just super wacky. They went way overboard with the antics between Thug 1 and 2. And it was fun. And you got to play, like, Sasquatch in that one.
Yeah.
I think that was sick. That was so cool.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Remake those.
Yeah, remake
Pray
those.
for Bam. Yeah. Bam Margera, welcome on the show. Anytime.
Absolute. Oh, yeah. 100%, dude. Come on.
Big fan. Big fan. We got you, dude. I know I talked a little shit earlier, but this is just for you. Just for you, Bam. Everybody else turn off the podcast now. Bam, listen. Buddy. We appreciate you. And okay.
I want to learn your
else, you can turn it back
language. I
on.
want to learn that language, the Bam Margera secret language.
Dude, yeah. Oh, that'd be so cool. I hope he wrote it down in, like, glyphs or something. Glyphs are cool.
Yeah. I believe you did. I'll show you after we're done.
Nice. Which, speaking of, we went a little bit over.
Yeah, we did.
So. Alright, well, thanks for listening, everybody. I promise we'll do more. This, gentleman's school got me busy, so I'm sorry.
We might be rebranding. Still not sure about that, but
It's true. Yeah, that is possible. 100% possible. I'm not married to the name Midwest Scum, and we're not even 100 episodes in, so we're totally due for a complete name change, overhaul of the entire show. So that's coming.
it's where we go woke.
Yeah, we sell out. We'll go hard left
Hard, only hard left podcast on the internet.
Completely original idea. Nobody else is doing politics.
Fuck Trump. You know, I just really don't like Donald Trump. I just don't think he was a good president.
Wow, that's a hot take, dude.
I know.
Holy moly.
I know I'm going to get crucified for this, but I think Donald Trump kind of sucked.
Whoa. Oh, dude, you can't say that.
Well, I'm saying it.
You can't say that.
Donald Trump was mid.
Excuse me, princess. Good show! Jolly good show!